Hey, 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 hey. It is Miss Washington here, and we are now on chapter 2. We're going to be dealing with chapter 2 and chapter 3, but I'm going to break them up because there's some key words here that are so necessary, I would say, for your survival when it comes to social media marketing. All right. And so in chapter 1, we defined what social media is. We talked about the myths, we talked about the characteristics of a great marketer. We talked about so many other things. You have your book, and now we are going to focus in on goals and strategies. And also, there's some other key words in here that I want you all to really, really focus in on because they say it in this chapter on multiple occasions, and you want to listen and be aware of them. And so now, let's talk about this. When it comes to social media, we always want to establish the goal. We want to think with the end in mind, and then we want to go back to the beginning. And so you have to ask yourself, what is my goal? Even when you sit here in this class, what is your ultimate goal? Is it just to get a grade? What is your goal? Even you think about it, even if it's just to get a grade, what do you need to do to get that grade, that A? What do you have to do? There's always a strategy. There's always a plan to get to any point. So even too, it could be a goal of I'm trying to sell 100 t-shirts to teens at a high school could be their high school homecoming. Am I trying to put together an event and have 1,000 people at this event? What is my goal? A goal has to be established before you do anything. And that can be the easy thing right there. I want to sell 100 t-shirts, just like that. That can be your goal. And now the part comes in where you have to create your plan and your strategy. And so when you talk about your social media plan, it encompasses the goals and the action. The goals and the action. And a lot of times with those goals, I call them KPIs, key performance indicators. Basically for me, what I do is I'll have a goal. I'll say I want to establish and I want to accomplish this goal by 2001, or I want to establish this and I need to make sure that I get it done by then. And it could be a multiple goals on the inside, but I always tell people keep things simple so they can be measurable and they can be attainable. These are your SMART goals, and we're going to talk about that a bit later about SMART goals. But you want to be able to measure everything, because when it comes to social media marketing and marketing in and of itself, it is a process, and you want to make sure that you are hitting your obstacles, you are hitting your goals, you are hitting your objectives, and then you can move forward. And that is one thing about marketing. There are so many people that want to know so much. I have so many people when it comes to learning and workshops and how to personal development. Most people want to know about marketing and branding. The thing is, a lot of them will not go through the entire course because it becomes too difficult for some people. Sometimes people, like we said about businesses failing, a lot of times people come in with the fact, oh, I just want awareness. I want people to know who I am. I'm the brand. I am all of that. But remember, as we said previously, you're not a brand until people say you're a brand. What are people saying about you? What are people saying about your company? And a lot of times it takes time, and people will not allow themselves enough time to accomplish the goal, to get to the goal and to accomplish the objectives. But that will not be you all, because you are here in this here class. Yes, you are. And so now we're talking about establishing a goal. The goals. On top of that, I want you all to understand this. You want to be able to articulate the plan. Being able to completely articulate the plan. What is the strategy? And you want to make sure it is a clear direction within your organization so you can win. I'm pulling up my book to make sure we go straight through this chapter here, because honestly, you all, I get very, very excited when it comes to social media marketing. All right. And so in that, you want to make sure that your plan is well articulated and that everyone understands your focus. They understand the direction. And so at that point, you're able to now put together the tactics, the action. This is the plan, in order to move forward within everything that you need to do. And so now, two, as I looked through our chapters, you all, and we focused in on a lot of this, and we see here where we're looking at the plannings, the social media planning cycles, from listening to setting goals to defining strategies, identifying your target audience. You all are college students. You can read through this, and I told you before, there's some things I want to share with you that are not necessarily inside this book. But there's some key words in here that I want you all to make sure you pay attention to. And one of those key words is to listen. But the question is, who are you listening to? I'm going to give you time to think about that. Who are you listening to? You have to listen to the audience. And you always have to think about you guys see it? You have to think about the customer. You have to think about the customer, because it is the customer who is going to purchase your product and your service, if that is what you're looking to do. They're the ones who you are trying to connect with. So you have to think about them. You have to think about where they are right now. And you have to be the one who provides the solution to their problem. Most people want to avoid pain. No one wants to be in pain, and most folk want to be happy. So you think about some things, as for instance, when we first start out with, the brand new year, what do people always do? They make declarations. I'm going to lose 50 pounds. So if I am a trainer, if I am, what is that, LA Fitness, all these other places, I know most people are trying to, quote unquote, lose weight. So as the marketer, I already know, focusing in on my target audience of those people, when you do a lot of research, you can always evaluate who is always the ones that are saying, I got to lose this weight. A lot of times it could be people, a lot of times it's people that are not ones who exercise all the time. So how do I get those people in the gym, at the time? Remember, we are, as a human race, we are emotional creatures. So if I can tap into the emotions of those persons that say they want to lose weight, and I know how to put my goals and my strategies, I'm going after that target audience, it should be very easy for me to tackle the people who want to lose weight. Now, here's the key thing. People who want to lose weight, they could care less about the fluff in between what you're trying to say. Oh, for instance, okay, well, if you take these vitamins here, they'll give you energy and help you through your day. Well, at the end of the day, most people who are saying they want to lose weight, remember, listen to your audience, think about your customer. Their main focus is to lose weight. So how am I going to help them get that weight off? That means, of course, either you as the could be the weight trainer, or you have the gym. You're getting them to the gym, or you're coming to them, and you put them on a program to get this weight off, and you consistently say, you go through your key KPIs, key performances, allow them to see the weight falling off as you're taking them through the program. These are things that we have to think about, and you have to be very, very focused in on what your customer is telling you. All they want is a solution. So you have to take them from where they are right now, where they are. I could be big and fat. I mean, I can look like a Oompa Loompa, whatever it is. But if my goal is, the solution is they want to get this weight off, and not just get the weight off. It could be, get it very specific. I want to take off 50 pounds. So if you know that is the goal, get it very specific. Now we're going to be dealing with SMART goals. I don't want to put the cart before the horse, but allow it to be very specific so you can accomplish the things, and you can accomplish the goals, and you can create the strategy and the plan to get them across to the goal line. And that's what you want to do. You always want to think with your customer in mind when you're creating your plan, when you're creating your marketing strategy, when you're on social media, on these platforms. Remember what social media is. It is to drive traffic either to your website, it is to bring awareness, it is to do these things. And so you want to be able to focus in on that target audience. And so in this, you all, as we talked about listening, you have to be one who knows how to listen to what your customer is asking you, or to what the client is asking, or what it is that they need. And it takes, as I said previously, you want to literally become a master at asking questions. If you all noticed, inside here, we have what we call the chat room. What have I done? I literally have asked you questions, and you answered them. You probably didn't even know what was going on. See these little nuggets I'm giving you? But what it allowed me to do is understand each and every one of you as an individual. And that's how you have to look at it. You have to look at people as people. You have to look at them as individuals who are literally that want to share information with you. You have to be willing to listen, and they literally just want a solution. Help me get across this goal here. And so in that, you all, I wanted to make sure that we just touched on some of these things here, and then I'm going to go over to chapter 3. But I want to make sure that you understand you have to set the goal, and you have to have objectives. First and foremost, you have to think about your customer, and you have to listen to what it is that they're trying to tell you. When you listen to what it is that they're trying to tell you, it makes it very easy for you to set people apart, whether they are your target audience or whether they're not. And another thing is, it's okay for your company or your business to be very, I call it a niche. A lot of times people do not want to niche down, but it's actually the best thing for you to niche down within your business, because it literally sets you apart from the mass majority of everyone else. And I'm going to say this before we go on to our next chapter. You think about Target, I call it Target, and you think about Walmart. Who does Walmart basically attract? And who does Target attract? We look at Walmart, we look at it as for families. Their prices are cheaper. And so you can find a lot of things at Walmart. You can find practically everything at Walmart. You have your superstores. You can buy groceries. You can do all of those things at Walmart. It's more family oriented. It's cheaper in price. You have more items there compared to Target, which can be similar to a Walmart, but it's a little bit more, as I say, a little bit more as I call it, Target. People want to shop at Target because it looks to be like an upgrade from Walmart. You have some items that are better, quality, items that have better quality than Walmart. You have items, I've seen items inside of Target that were designer items. And so you have things that are at Walmart that you don't have at Target, and you have maybe another level of things at Target that you don't have at Walmart. And so I want you all in this to just be still enough and think about your goal. What am I trying to accomplish? And then we have to go back and we have to strategize. And that is the part that will require you to be creative and to think about some things. But first and foremost, you have to think about your customer. You have to think about the audience and the solution that they're looking for you to provide. All right? That's it for now for chapter 2, and we're going to go next to our chapter 3.